Hey there, gamers! Cool game facts here, and let's be real, we love Nintendo. From Mario to Zelda, Pokemon to Smash Bros., they've given us some of the most iconic gaming experiences of all time. But even the greats stumble sometimes, right? Today, we're uncovering 10 of Nintendo's most epic fails. We're talking about consoles that crashed and burned, peripherals that left us scratching our heads, and games that missed the mark. Let's get started. First up, we've got the poster child for Nintendo's failures, the Virtual Boy. This thing was supposed to revolutionize gaming with its immersive 3D experience. But instead of transporting us to another world, it gave us eye strain and a pounding headache. The red and black graphics were headache-inducing, and the games were less than stellar. The Virtual Boy was a commercial flop, selling less than 1 million units worldwide. Whatever the case, the Virtual Boy remains a cautionary tale for Nintendo. Next up, we have the console that even Nintendo wants to forget, the Wii U. Now, the Wii U wasn't all bad. It had some great games like Super Mario 3, D-World, and Splatoon, but it suffered from a severe case of what-is-it syndrome. The marketing was confusing, with many people thinking the gamepad was just an add-on for the original Wii. Developers didn't really know what to do with it, and it never quite reached the same level of intuitive motion control that made the Wii so popular. Plus, the lack of third-party support really hurt the Wii U. The Wii U was a commercial disappointment, selling only a fraction of what its predecessor did. Remember the Nintendo 64? Of course you do. It was a golden age for 3D gaming. But what you might not remember is the N64DD. This add-on promised to expand the N64's capabilities with features like internet connectivity and writable disk storage. Sounds revolutionary, right? Well, the technology just wasn't there yet to support its ambitious goals. The N64DD was expensive, bulky, and only released in Japan. To make matters worse, the software library was incredibly limited. The N64DD was a commercial disaster, quickly fading into obscurity. Game Boy Micro shrinking profits, shrinking appeal. The Game Boy Advance was a true icon of handheld gaming, but even legends have their missteps, and the Game Boy Micro was definitely a stumble for Nintendo. Released at the tail end of the Game Boy Advance's lifespan, the Micro tried to capitalize on the trend of miniaturization, but that small size came at a cost. The screen was just too small for comfortable gaming for any extended period. Plus, it launched around the same time as the Nintendo DS, which felt like a true evolution in handheld gaming. The Game Boy Micro was a commercial disappointment, proving that smaller isn't always better. E-reader swiping left on innovation. Remember the Game Boy Advance's e-reader? No? Well, there's a reason for that. This add-on tried to bridge the gap between the physical and digital worlds, allowing players to scan special cards to unlock content in their games. Sounds kinda cool on paper, right? Except it wasn't. The e-reader was clunky and cumbersome to use. The content you unlocked was often underwhelming, consisting of bonus items, mini-games, or even just sound effects. The e-reader had a short lifespan, discontinued after just a couple of years. Pokemon Go Plus catching bugs instead of Pokemon. Pokemon Go. Remember the summer of 2016, when the world went crazy for catching Pokemon in the real world? It was a cultural phenomenon, but the Pokemon Go Plus, a companion device meant to enhance the experience, didn't quite live up to the hype. The idea was simple: catch Pokemon and collect items without constantly staring at your phone. But in practice, the Go Plus was plagued by connectivity issues, frequently disconnecting from your phone and missing out on valuable Pokemon encounters. It's a classic example of a good idea let down by poor execution. Nintendo 3 Deciseconds, a rocky start for a handheld hero. The Nintendo 3 Deciseconds, the successor to the wildly popular Nintendo DS, promised glasses-free 3D gaming. And while it eventually found its footing, its launch was anything but smooth. The initial price was a major sticking point, significantly higher than its predecessor. This led to sluggish initial sales, as many gamers were hesitant to shell out the big bucks for the new tech. Recognizing the need for a course correction, Nintendo quickly slashed the price and ramped up the release of first-party titles. The 3 Deciseconds slowly but surely gained momentum, eventually becoming a haven for JRPGs, platformers, and quirky Nintendo exclusives. Wii Mini stripped down and left behind. Remember the Wii? The console that brought motion controls to the masses? It was a cultural phenomenon. But its budget-friendly little brother, the Wii Mini, didn't quite capture the same magic. Released towards the end of the Wii's lifespan, the Wii Mini was a stripped-down version of the original console, removing features like internet connectivity and GameCube compatibility. The lack of online functionality meant no access to the Wii Shop channel, no virtual console, and no online multiplayer. The Wii Mini felt like a step backward, a relic from a bygone era. Nintendo Switch Online. Paying for nostalgia? The Nintendo Switch, a hybrid console that's taken the world by storm. But even the Switch isn't immune to criticism, and its online service, Nintendo Switch Online, has been a point of contention among gamers since its launch. While offering access to online multiplayer, cloud saves, and a library of classic NES and SNES games, the service has been criticized for its high price tag compared to its competitors. The online infrastructure has also been a point of frustration, with laggy connections and a lack of basic features like voice chat. Nintendo Switch Online has its merits, but it still feels like a work in progress. Star Fox Zero, doing a barrel roll right past fun. Star Fox, a beloved franchise known for its on-rails space shooting action. But even Fox McCloud isn't invincible, and Star Fox Zero on the Wii U is a testament to that. While not a terrible game by any means, Star Fox Zero's biggest sin was its overly ambitious control scheme. Nintendo, in their quest to utilize the Wii U's gamepad, forced players to control Fox's R-Wing using both the gamepad's gyroscope and the traditional controls simultaneously. The result was a convoluted mess that left many players frustrated and disoriented. Star Fox Zero serves as a reminder that sometimes simpler is better. Game over, and there you have it, folks. The 10 most epic Nintendo failures. From the headache-inducing Virtual Boy to the confusingly marketed Wii U, these products serve as a reminder that even the most successful companies make mistakes. But hey, that's part of what makes Nintendo so endearing, right? They're not afraid to take risks, to push boundaries, and to try new things. So what do you think? Did we miss any epic Nintendo fails? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep on gaming.